picture from the Lakefront Marathon. Check it out. The woman running is a mother of 2. Okay, typical runner clothing is what she's wearing. But then look at the people behind her.
Ready to build a snowman.
Exactly. All bundled up, hats, scarves, blankets, the whole works. Well, marathons are more popular than ever. We've talked about it before on the show. It is not just something anymore for elite athletes. Even average folks like you and me are doing it.
I'm going to let that be more you than me. That's all right. Today we're going to introduce you to 2 fit moms. They are here with a little advice if you're thinking about putting yourself to the test. For Milwaukee moms, it's Sonya and Tracey. Thank you guys for being here. Okay, what's harder?
Yeah, childbirth or running a marathon. You want to take that first, Tracey?
Well, right now I'm tempted to say marathon because it's so fresh in my mind.
Right.
But I kind of think that if I had another baby tomorrow, I would change my mind and say it's definitely childbirth.
It's whatever's fresher in your mind.
Perspective.
You have 2 children?
2 children,
You
yeah.
have 2.
Yeah.
Sonya, how about you? What do you think? Marathon, which you haven't actually done a marathon, right? But you've done a lot of other racing, and competitively you ran in high school and college.
Yeah, my goal is to run a marathon at some point. The fact that I have 4 kids limits my time for training a little bit, but
Oh,
I would
yours
have to
too?
say-
That's comforting.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that a marathon would be easier than 1 or 2 of my childbirths, but harder than the other one.
The other 2. So
yeah.
it's a, kind of a mixed thing. You have 2 kids,
Yes.
right, Tracey? You're 31, if you don't mind my saying. You
That's
just
fine.
completed 2 weeks ago the Lakefront Marathon here in Milwaukee.
How was your time?
Yeah.
4:26:47.
Pretty
so
good.
not bad for my first time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
It would take me 4
I'm
days, 26 minutes to run a marathon, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
What made you decide to do it though? Because it seems like more and more average people, if you don't mind me calling us that, more and more people are doing it.
Well, it started out I wanted to get in shape for my 30th birthday, and I joined a gym, and running was always really intimidating to me. So I started kind of like walking and jogging and slowly building up to do a 5K, and then once I finished that, it kind of turned into, well, what do I do next? I do a 10K, and it just kind of snowballed out of control from there.
Keep pushing yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
What was the hardest part of the marathon? At what mile point were you like, yeah, you know what, if this would end now, I'd be good with it?
Yeah.
It was really fun up to about 20, and then it got really intense. So.
And then it's just kind of pushing through the pain,
Yeah,
right?
it's a real test.
Yeah, I think that's neat. What do you do to stay fit, Sonya, especially with 4 kids? Because like you mentioned, I trained for a marathon many years ago. It was more than 10 years ago. But I remember feeling like the training part of it was like another part-time or full-time job. What are your thoughts on staying fit and having 4 kids?
I can't imagine having the time to train for a marathon right now. I think it sounds like Tracey's had also a lot of support from friends and family.
Nice.
And I would need that as well, definitely. But even with that, I'm not sure, you go out for 2 or 3 hours at a time and train. So I'm hoping sometime down the road to do that. What I do right now, and this is why running is a perfect sport, I think, if you're short on time, because you don't need to drive to a gym, right? As long as you're a little hardy in the Wisconsin winters,
Yes.
right? And you have the right clothes.
Yes.
You need very little equipment. It's pretty cheap to start out with a good pair of running shoes, maybe some headphones or something. And I just grab 20 to 30 minutes, often in the middle of my workday, and just go out there and do it. And so it's really a time-effective way to get in shape, and I love it.
In the middle of your work day.
It's a stress reliever too. I put some loud music on and just
That's
pound the
great.
pavement.
I love that.
Yeah, so when you return from the run and everybody,
Don't ask.
yeah, so they're like, where you been? You know what? And too, I'll tell people just
A little bit of
personally,
wet hair at the
I
back
don't
of my
like to
head.
run
Yeah.
really, but since there's a ton of stuff on like iTunes and stuff, these runner podcasts that you can listen to that'll really kind of help you out and give you a nice little charge as you get going. And then you look at these ladies and you go, well, you know what they're doing, maybe I should do it too.
Yeah, exactly. I think the music is so key to kind of keeping you pumped up and stuff. What would you say to other moms, especially your kids are very young?
They're 5 and 9.
5 and 9. What would you say to other moms who will say, because it is a challenge to find the time, I just don't have time to be fit?
I always say that if you really want to do something, you can find a way. That's how it is for me. I mean, but it really does help to get your whole family involved. I mean, they don't run with me, but they really support me, and they know
Watching
what
the
days
kids.
they know what days I'm going to be out. They know Saturday mornings are my long run days, and they're behind me. So I find a way to make it work because I really want to make it happen.
Yeah, it sounds like that support system is key. When you talk to other moms or hear from moms online, what do they see as being their biggest obstacles to being fit, Sonya?
I think for many people it's a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're a stay-at-home mom and you have small children and, you know, either a single mom or maybe you have a husband who's at work, it's really hard. You can't get away, so maybe you want to find a place to go that offers daycare like the Y.
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty much the obstacles, but you know what? It's also really hard to just get motivated sometimes when the weather's so cold, and I think you just have to take that first step and do it. And once you do, it's easier to keep coming back because you get those endorphins going, and after a few weeks, you know, you get kind of addicted to the good feeling that you have after you go on a workout. It's hard to stop.
I think so too.
Makes sense. Well, you can check out Tracey's blog at MilwaukeeMoms.com/blogs. And of course, you can go to MilwaukeeMoms.com. It's a great site. I'm not a mom, but I check it out. I think you guys have a lot of resources for dads too. So,
Yeah,
nice
excellent
job.
stuff. Nice to have you both on the show. Thanks.
Great, thank you.
Well, you'll want to make sure that you stick around because after the break, we're going to tell you where you can go out to dinner for half the price. We're also giving away tickets to a great Bucks game.
There you go, dinner and a Bucks game. Plus, we'll announce the picture of the month winner. Stick around. The Morning Blend. We'll be right back.